Streams live, blah, blah, blah. How's everybody doing out there today? Hope everybody's great. Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from sobriety, addiction, depression, anxiety, balance in life. My name is Kyle Gray. This is a safe place for anybody to talk about anything in the chat. You can discuss anything you're going through. Hold on, let me twist this monitor around so I can make sure the audio is not too hot, which it's not. Okay, audio's cool. So this is a safe place to talk. If anybody's going through anything, let's chat about it. I figured I'd go live with these a lot more often. Admittingly, I've had an issue with these in the past where I feel like they became way too much about me. I even, to be honest, kind of have a problem with like this being on me and like a camera filming me and me talking about my journey. I don't know why. I think it's like very narcissistic and egotistical, but that's something that I have to just traverse on my own. And if it helps people, that's all worth it. Sunday Venom, how's it going? Jay, Quadruple J, how's everybody doing out there? Yeah, so sobriety. Sober 5.5 years now. In July it will be 6 years. I'm very grateful for my sobriety. Very grateful for my journey. I'm very grateful for just life in general. I'm grateful for all the mistakes that I've made, not because they've been fun or put me in the best place in life, but more so that they've taught me a great deal of things. All the mistakes in life that I've made have taught me an enormous amount of stuff that I'm really, really, really grateful for. So yeah, and sobriety for me is, for a lot of people, sobriety is a very, very, very challenging thing, and we're all different. You know, we're all based on different chemical makeups, all different neurological pathways, different past experiences. I'm reading this book right now called A Therapeutic Journey. It's by this company called The School of Life. They have a YouTube channel that's really incredible, but this chapter I just read was talking about how in order to really address adult problems, we need to re-experience some sort of childhood trauma that we went through that made us who we are, because there is a train of thought that all of our adult problems are built on a bedrock or foundation of childhood issues. So in order to address the adult issues, we need to go back and address the childhood ones, whether that's abandonment, whether that's being there for a distant parent, whether that's, who knows, not feeling self-love. I don't know. I deal with a lot of self-worth issues where I don't think I'm good enough for a lot of things, for anything. And I'm not really sure if that's something that existed in childhood. I still kind of struggle to find where that came from, but more so I'm challenged to deal with that often. That's a big thing in my therapeutic journey. I've been sober for about 7 months now. You're definitely one of the ones that inspired me. Kata, congrats on that, man. 7 months is amazing. What do you do for your sobriety? Like, how do you stay sober? What helps you? What guides you in that path? What are my goals for 2024? My goals for 2024 are I want to keep pushing myself into the uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that I want to do more of. And this might sound kind of insignificant and small, but one thing that I do want to get more in the habit of is just bestowing kindness onto strangers. You know, I always feel really good when I'm like of service, or when I, am just generally kind and nice to people everywhere. You know, like whether that's at the gym and I compliment somebody that's doing really well, or like if I've seen somebody there and I'm like, hey, you're doing great. Like, you know, I can see your progress. Like, it's inspiring for me. I watched a video that said like how much a small conversation makes an impact on everybody, because we're all going through life, and we're all sort of dealing with the hardships of it, and we all might be a very small centimeter away from depression or from anxiety or like breaking, and you never know just how much a simple small conversation, it doesn't have to be like super complimentary, it could just be a simple casual conversation of like, hi, hello, how's it going, hope you have a good day, that's it, and like not wanting anything out of it other than just talking. I think that would be really enriching for a lot of people, and myself too. I find it's very enriching for me to do that, but it is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to just go to a stranger, just be like incredibly nice. For me, for other people it might not, but for me I feel awkward. I feel like I'm gonna make that other person feel awkward, and I would like to just do more of that and really let go of who cares if it's awkward. So that's one goal. Causes a good chain reaction. That's true. That's really true. It does, because I notice that when I lean into negativity, if like, let's say I'm in traffic and I have a little bit of road rage and I like flip somebody off, it's like the person I flip off isn't going to go throughout the rest of their day being nice to other people. What they're going to do, I know at least if I got flipped off, is I'm going to be like, fuck this fool, like he'll drive off, and then I'll like bottle that negativity, and what I do with that energy is either internalize it or push it out onto somebody else. So I know if that's positive energy, at least like I'll be enveloping it and pushing it elsewhere. Sort of like a lead by example type of thing. So yeah, I think that's like one big goal of mine, is to do that, and just like do a lot of things that I find uncomfortable. Right now I'm in the process of doing something that I haven't really done a lot. This week I'm quitting something that I haven't quit in a very long time, just for a week. And it's difficult. It's not easy, and I think that's exciting when I find something that's not super simple to do. And like, why is this not simple to quit, or like, why is this difficult to do? Like, what's coming up? What feelings inside of me are arising? And then also the really important thing is not being judgmental of yourself. It's easy for me to be critical of myself and judge myself of like, oh, you don't want to like walk up to a stranger, you're a coward. Other people have so much confidence that they can just approach like a man, a woman that they don't know, and be super open to that, and just know that that's fine. That's great that they can do that, and it's also okay that I struggle with that too, and not judging myself too harshly for anything that is a struggle for me. So yeah, that's a big goal of mine for this next year, and probably the rest of my life. It's not really like a goal for the year, it's a goal forever. And again, just keep growing, keep healing, keep just keep doing all the stuff I have been doing. I feel like there's never going to be like an aha moment, or like I've made it, I'm done with my journey. I feel like I will always be on this path until I'm gone. Hopefully I keep growing until the last of my days, when I would be really lucky if I was able to do that. But yeah, breathing and relax. How's it going? Good to see you. How's everybody doing today? It's Sunday. Just watched 2 blowouts in the NFL yesterday. That was unfortunate because I was rooting for both underdogs. Keep going, buddy. If you got anxiety, my dude, I know what it's like. I got social anxiety really bad. Makes it hard to talk to people in public. Yeah, man. What do you do for social anxiety? I'm not sure if I really experience. It's really hard to categorize what I feel. I think I'm just very empathetic, and I feel other people's emotions, and making somebody else feel awkward I never want to do. And I see that a lot. I see a lot of people that like approach people in public and don't realize that they're making that other person feel uncomfortable, and it makes me feel super uncomfortable. Like, I'm like, oh, this is like cringe. But that says a lot more about me than it does those other people. Like, why is this uncomfortable for me to witness? Is it because I'm like enveloping that other person's emotions so much over my own? Luckily sober again. Congrats on that, man. How long has it been? That's a mind trap I fell into when I relapsed last year. No problem on that, brother. I mean, relapsing is part of the journey. Making mistakes is part of life, and it's all a growing and learning process. All that matters is that you're sober right now and that you're trying to better yourself at the current moment. So that's all that matters. So good job on that. Congrats. That's amazing. You can relate to the social anxiety. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have it. You know, I feel I'm also like an introverted person. You know, it's like a lot of the times I would rather just like be by myself than like around a bunch of people. I don't feel comfortable when I'm in, like I don't feel, not that I feel uncomfortable because I film rap battles, so I'm like in a crowd of a lot of people. And my favorite type of rap battles are the pit style, as you guys know. So it's like I'm comfortable when I'm in the center of a ton of people. And also, you know, I'm kind of, I guess, a little unorthodox in terms of like a filmmaker. I like it when it's chaotic. I like it when I'm filming in the center and people are pushing me and it's tense. I like that because that, to me, that like brings out the atmosphere that I love in battle rap on film. I don't like it when I'm like away from everything and I'm like in a corner that's sectioned off and I'm comfortable and I got like, you know, I'm live editing. I'm not even like operating a camera or like I'm operating a camera in like a barricaded section. It's like, nah, man, get me into the nucleus of the tension. So it's weird. I'm like not uncomfortable to be physically around people. I don't know. I guess I just like really just don't enjoy the fact of possibly making somebody feel uncomfortable or weird by approaching them in public. So, but the thing is that's all up here. And almost 100% of the time I've like been really nice to people and like been complimentary, given somebody a random compliment, smiled. It's always 9 times out of 10 met with acceptance and like gratitude. When it's not, it's like what you can do is just kind of laugh about it. It's like, all right, whatever, you know. It's like I've given people compliment at the gym that they've like just brushed off or been like meh and like or like pretending like they didn't hear me, and it wasn't something that like I went back into my shell about and like walled up and like, oh, I'm so fucking stupid, this is why I should never do this, you know. If anything, I was just like, yeah, whatever, that was. And if it is awkward, sometimes it's like a fun story, you know. It's like you can just laugh about it and like keep it moving, but it is challenging. It's very challenging. Sounds like you're a very emotional aware person. I personally take antidepressants and helps when I do hands-on tasks like working on my vehicle, my computer, etc. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. It keeps your like mind and your physical busy, and that's very important when suffering from depression, because when you're like idle, what is like idle hands or the devil's playground. For example, like right now, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm taking a leave of abstinence from something that an activity that I do a lot. I'm quitting this activity for like a week. And in order to do that, I've actually been like shifting my daily schedule, you know, my daily things that I do, my activities. Like, for example, now I'm doing this show. I don't ever do this show this early. I don't ever do this show twice a week. I'll do another thing like last night. Instead of like getting on my computer and working, I sat in my living room and read a book at like 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday. So I'm awesome. So I'm a wild one. We all know this. But yeah, man, it's all about doing what works for you. And if being physically, like doing a physical task helps you to go through the depression, that makes a lot of sense. I get that. You can create some new pathways neurologically to refrain your disposition when conversation does ensue. Yeah, that's true. I mean, at the end of the day, that is really what it's all about, right? It's like creating new neurological pathways to use when you're really battling anything. I mean, that's what kind of what addiction is in the first place. And I honestly think that's why moving into sobriety was of ease to me, is because I think that neurological pathway that like wanted to escape and go towards drinking is kind of like I don't really, it's not familiar to me anymore. So my mind doesn't go there when I'm uncomfortable ever, which I'm very lucky for. Casual Clever just celebrated a year 2 weeks ago. It's Caleb in Denver. We talked a few times. Caleb, congrats, man. That's huge. A year. How do you feel, man? How's life since you've been sober for a year? That's really incredible. Congrats on that. I'm a workout. What up? Good to see you in here. Reading is really good. I'm listening to The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins on audiobook right now. Man, I am... One thing is for sure is I need glasses because I cannot read. That's amazing. The Selfish Gene. That sounds like a really good book. How is it? Do you enjoy it? I'm reading A Therapeutic Journey by the School of Life. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. And if you guys want to, go subscribe to the School of Life. It's a YouTube channel. It's really awesome. It's helped me immensely. I would love to work for them. That'd be like a dream come true. Mandrew, any tips for getting out of a funk? 2023 was one of the worst years of my life, and I find myself not enjoying things I used to anymore. I hate my job. Been struggling for... Sorry, the heart is like blocking that other word. Why does that do that? Been struggling for a while, excuse me. Getting out of a funk, man. I mean, the only thing that can really get you out... Not the only thing, but a thing that does help a lot getting you out of a funk is change. You got to change something. You know, you got to break some sort of pattern. I think that's important to look at is like, are you stuck in a pattern of like, what do you do when you get off work? What do you do to self-medicate? What do you do to enjoy yourself? Are they the same things? Are they serving you in any way? How do you enrich yourself? Is it a healthy way? Like, are you active? Are you around people that you care about, family, friends? Do you do things that are good for you? Like, do you go to the mountains, go to the beach? Do you listen to music that's conducive to that? You know, like music can be like insanely therapeutic. I know, like when I turn on like an album I really like, when I bump it when I'm like setting up gear. Or like going to the gym, saying gear and gym back to back, setting up film gear, not steroids. When I'm doing those back to back, I feel wonderful. So I think maybe like looking at the patterns that you might have and seeing how you can maybe alter them. Breaking might be a little bit of extreme, but maybe just like, you know, do some new patterns. Like instead of waking up and immediately going on your phone, wake up and have like some coffee and go outside. Just like look outside for like 20 minutes, you know, read for like 5 minutes. You know, I read every day. I don't read a lot every day. I read like a page or two every day. I'm not like some amazing, awesome reader that's just like cramming through books. I read at a pretty slow pace, but I read at a pace that's like comfortable for me. Oh, You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins is a must read for developing the interior singular cortex in the brain, the willpower to endure hardships and challenges. I agree. I love that book. I suggested that book to Ilmac. He loved it too. It's a really, really good book. You might want to repeat that, man. Improve yourself in the laziest way possible. Think of the smallest, easiest way you can do the tiniest thing to improve your life. You're way more likely to do that. I agree. Cult Obsidian, that's really good advice. Fantastic, a lot of clarity and good decision making and health in my life and relationships. Hell yeah, Caleb, congrats on that, man. Still want to go out and not have a drink when you're in Denver? I'm totally down, dog. I'm totally down. Let's go. We can go get coffee. There's a million coffee shops in Denver. My homie Nelson, I wonder if I could email this and play this on the stream. That would be kind of cool. My friend Nelson, who lives in Denver, does cold plunges all the time. Yeah, I'll email this to me and then I can pull this up because this is kind of cool. I have a cold plunge in my backyard. When I say I have a cold plunge in my backyard, that means I have a trough that you like put slop and hay in for like farm animals, and I fill it with water, like hose water, and you know, I live in Los Angeles, so the hose water isn't that cold, and then I go buy a ton of ice and put ice in there. If you guys ever do like cold shower therapy, or if you do have the ability to buy like a big trough and fill it up with cold water. It's amazing. It's so good. I might just do that after this. I might just go buy a ton of ice and do that. I can't describe how good it feels. Like, it doesn't obviously feel good when you get in. It's definitely some white people shit too. But when you get in, it's fucking cold as hell, and but you get used to it. At least I don't have a cold plunge that circulates the water, so when you get in, your body heats the water immediately around your body, so it kind of creates this like thermo heated force field around you. So if you just sit still, it's not really that cold. But man, when you get out, it feels like you're like on a euphoric high. It's amazing. Battle rap helped me a lot with addiction, specifically your channels. Watch episodes, idle time makes it very tempting to reel back into old ways and relapse. Gotta keep yourself busy. That's very true, man. It's very true. Keeping yourself busy, and when you're just like doing nothing, you're bored, you want to escape that boredom, or like when you're depressed, want to escape that depression. It always seems like kind of the best way, and it's kind of not. It's kind of not the best way. I feel better when I eat unprocessed foods and ride my bike. Hell yeah, Sunday Venom. I agree with that. Eating healthy will greatly improve your mentality. And unprocessed foods is a big one. So congrats on doing that, because that's not easy to cut out the junk by any means at all. It's really hard, actually. It's incredibly challenging. Cold showers were dope, actually. Yeah, man, cold showers, dude. Hell yeah, Merc. Good to see you in here, brother. Read that. Makes a lot of sense. I have small children, so routine happens naturally. Breaking the routine would probably be helpful. That's true, man. And if you got kids, dude, take your kids places. You know, take your kids to a playground. Take your kids to a new playground. Kids, I feel like, man, it allows you to be silly. It allows you to be your inner child. You can be like really. You can let yourself go with children, you know, not like how you can do normally in your adult life, you know, like doing baby talk at your work is probably not going to be acceptable, but doing it around kids is totally dope, and it's fun. Hell yeah. I jumped in my pool. It was the first time in the winter. I needed that. God damn, son. That was probably freezing. Seth, I haven't touched hard substances since 2016. It was tough. Platforms like this remind me I made the right decision. Thanks for what you do, man. Keep it going. Thank you, Seth. That means a lot to me, man. I really appreciate that. And more so, congrats on you not touching hard substances for so long. That's what, 7 years? That's very impressive, dude. How'd you do it? Did you go to like programs? How'd you like cut it off? I know that couldn't have been easy, so I just want to congratulate you on that. Let me skip these ads. This is a brilliant show. Thank you for helping inspiration to others. Calculus, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody just tuning in, you know? If I had it my way, this stuff, these shows would be a lot bigger than my battle rap stuff. I feel like it has a higher ceiling, and I feel like I would really like to somehow help out the mental health field. I'm not saying that I'm qualified for it or that I have the accolades to do it. I just feel like maybe there's like a little bit of a like different approach we can all take to it. Yeah, shit's good, man. Shit's popping. I don't think this email has come through yet of Nelson doing the cold plunge. Oh, yes, it has. Cool. Hell yeah. I'll show you guys this. This is fun. Wonder Nelson probably is not gonna be stoked that I'm showing this on a fucking internet show, but who cares, right? Who cares what other people think? No, I'm kidding. All right. I'm just going to show this really fast and we'll come back to me.
Oh, it's crazy. The air temperature. It's colder than the water. Getting out's gonna suck.
So yeah, that's my badass friend Nelson. That is insane. How much ice he was breaking off the top is crazy. So that guy makes me feel like a fucking pussy. He does that shit every day in Colorado, and here I am in Los Angeles being like, I don't know if I could do that. It's gonna be cold and uncomfortable. Ice baths are awesome, HH. I had friends who saw past the darkness I was going through and pushed me towards a better direction. I feel blessed for their honesty and motivation. Seth, that's incredible. That is amazing, man. Congrats on the 7 years, brother. You should feel good about yourself. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap that up. Appreciate everybody tuning in for a little short ruin an hour on a Sunday. Hope everybody's doing good out there. I'm going to keep doing these. I'm going to do these more often if I can. And yeah, just continue the up and up. If you guys are going through anything, feel free to reach out on all the socials. I don't run the socials, but Clayton, who does, can give you my email. And I'm more than happy to talk through email if you're going through anything, man. But yeah, much love to everybody. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a great day.